Hi, this is Dave Rubin, and I want to show you some of the highlights of our April 25th Aeolian field trip. We'll look at the basic stratification types in Aeolian sandstones and examine how they're packaged into sets and cosets of cross strata. The example shown here is pinstripe lamination, inversely graded laminae deposited by migrating wind ripples. In this case, the wind ripples were migrating in relatively steady conditions. In this example, though, wind conditions were changing, wind directions were changing, which caused wind ripples to migrate in different directions, resulting in these more complicated structures. This cyclic cross-bedding was also produced by winds that changed direction, but here the wind reversals were seasonal. Not all complexities that we're going to look at on this trip were produced by fluctuating flows. In this case, the compound cross-bedding was produced by superimposed dunes that migrated down the lee side of the larger dune. And in this case, the compound cross-bedding was produced by superimposed dunes that were migrating on the lee side, but down the length of the dune. Finally, we'll look at really complicated cross-bedding that was deposited by a combination of both fluctuating flow and superimposed dunes. In this case, what Ralph Hunter and I called zigzag cross-bedding was deposited by a reversing spur on the lee side of a transverse dune. By the end of the day in the field, we expect you'll be able to identify the basic stratification types in Aeolian sandstones and tell whether complicated cross-bedding was deposited by fluctuating flows, superimposed dunes, or both. We hope after this trip, cross-bedding will never be the same for you again.